What's up guys, how you all doing? For today's video I want to talk to you about expensive versus cheap knives. Why I don't buy or use expensive knives. This video probably will be pretty short because a lot of people will agree with me, and hopefully anyways, because there's still a lot of expensive knives out there for sale, and obviously people buying them if there's so many of them. This knife I paid $270 and very limited edition of them. It was really hard to find. It's getting beat up and I have not even been using it that much. I usually only use it for like unboxing stuff, and it's honestly sad to see that such an expensive limited edition knife already getting messed up and getting old. This is why I do not like buying expensive knives, because it's just a tool. And you know what, would I be sad? But with that knife, yes, it's not as fancy, but it does the job. I mean, it looks fancy, but this thing is only like $50. It's still kind of expensive, but I didn't pay anything for it. And because I didn't pay anything for it, I feel like if I even break it, I wouldn't feel bad about it, because I have lots of knife and this thing was free because somebody sent it to me in fan mail. But it does look super nice because there's my channel name on it. And these two expensive knives, there's gotta be like $80 to $100. This kind of knives could be even more, I don't even know. They were for free. This is why I don't really care about junking them up, because I didn't pay anything for them. Even though I know these ones are expensive, I try not to mess with it. You see how it's shiny, barely used after having it for 2 years. And this one I was like, well, I have already 3 or 4 very expensive knives. I don't care about this one. I'm gonna start beating it up. That's why it's getting really old. But still, it's sad to see, because it's such an expensive knife getting so ugly and beat up. I don't know if you can see the blade, but it's all dirty, rusted out slowly. And it's like, I don't know, $80 for a knife. And this thing is like $20. You can find those really cheap folding knives, or even these survival knives. They all do the same job: cutting, slicing, chopping. You know, there's a lot of uses for knife, and we pretty much gonna be doing the same thing for them. And honestly, I don't think this knife will ever break, because it's just so thick and durable. Will it do the same job as those expensive $200 knife? I'm pretty sure it will. But will I be sad if I break this knife versus like $200 knife? No. If I only paid, I don't know, like $20-30 for a knife, it's cheap. It's going to last me forever, and when they break, oh well, I can buy another one. But if I buy $200 knife, I break it, I cannot buy another one. I'm like, wow, I spent so much money, there's no way. Also, even if it doesn't break, if it just gets beat up, I get really sad, because to me they're like collectible knives. Yeah, maybe I'll have a really nice one knife that I'm gonna just open boxes, but it's kind of pointless to have them because I'm never gonna be using them. So this is why, in my opinion, having cheaper knives is so much better, because you don't care what they look like, they do the job. And I'm gonna demonstrate few things that I wouldn't do with expensive knife that I will do all day with the cheaper knife, or the one that I don't care about. So here's one thing I wouldn't do to this nice, newer, expensive knives. Even though this one was a gift from fan mail, company sent it to me, and this one I paid for $270. Do you think I want to break it or mess it up? No, it's already messy enough to where it makes me sad, and I'm like, wow, this is expensive knife to break. I would never use it. But this is the knife I would not care if I break. Look at it. It already has a sticker on it, and it's all dirty out of the package. So I would grab a stick, and if I need to split it, I'll bend it with another stick on top of it and feel not sad and do my work, because it's a tool. It's not a fancy toy just to have. It's a tool to actually use. And look at that, I have a big stick. Let's say I use folding saw on the camping, and I cut up a bunch of sticks, but now I can break them up and split them with a knife without worrying it breaking the knife. Same thing with this knife. Yes, it used to be my favorite knife, but now it's dirty, and because I opened boxes and I dropped it in the water, it's just getting pretty ugly. So I wouldn't feel bad about this knife, again, because I didn't pay all that money. It was also a gift from a fan mail. So whenever I bang on it, yes, it's durable enough for me to do all that stuff, but will it make it dirtier and mess it up even more? Yup, I can already see. Does that make me sad? A little bit, because I know that's an expensive knife, and if it breaks, it'll make me even more sad. This is why I would rather stick with the very, very cheap knives for tools to use, because I'm not emotionally attached, and I know it doesn't cost too much. With this knife, I almost feel bad about doing that to it, because I just know how expensive that is. It's not really made to do this kind of tools with folding knives, but if it's cheap enough like this one, I wouldn't care to do this if I have to. But anyways, let me know in comments below what do you think about this video. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.